What's going on YouTube? So today I've decided to wrap my wheels gloss black. That's what we're gonna do. I've done it before. I had a black sapphire metallic 340 I before, on which I had done the wheels golden. It looked really good with that color. But today I've decided to do something else. It's going to be gloss black. We're going to be using the 3M G12 material. It's really easy to work with. So let's see how this goes, and we're going to be prepping the wheel first. It's going to be sprayed with a wheel cleaner, and then we're going to be using a hose to wash it off. I have a wool brush to scrape any dust particles on here so that the wheel is properly prepped for the wrapping part. And then of course we have a few microfiber towels. So let's get started. Oops. I've just put some water on it before I spray on the brake cleaner. And so I'm usually a big fan of the McGuire products. That's usually what I use, but maybe any brake cleaner will be okay. I'm using the McGuire's Ultimate Ball Brake Cleaner. It's worked for me in the past. The good thing about this one is that when you spray it on, it oxidizes, and then it turns purple when it's starting to release the brake dust. So this one works. Okay, so this is the gloss black 3M wrap. As you can see, one thing I always make sure is that there's 3M at the back of the wrap, because that sort of just gives me satisfaction. So okay, so all the materials that we're gonna need for wrapping this wheel today. So as you can see, this is a 5 feet by 2 feet vinyl wrap. Approximately each wheel is going to be needing about 2 feet by 2 feet of wrap. So we're going to be cutting this down into 4 parts for each wheel. And then let's talk about the tools or the equipment, the heavy artillery that you're going to need. So I have my heat gun here. Got this online. It's a wireless heat gun. It has a battery attached to it, so you can charge it and then use it outside everywhere. It just gives a little bit of mobility wherever you want to use it, so I like this one. Then I also have the Vivid precision cutter. This is specifically for vinyl wrapping. You can use any one you want, whichever one you prefer, as long as it's for vinyl wrapping purposes. So we're going to be using this today. I have masking tape. So this is an important part, guys. You should mask the wheel. You should mask the inside of the wheel so that when you're cutting the edges, you don't scrape the inside of the wheel. So this is preparation used for preparing the wheel, before we actually wrap it and then cut it out. And then there are a couple of squeegees. I have a different bunch here, colorful bunch, happy, nice looking. So I have a bunch here, which maybe I'll just use as I prefer, as I need them. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we have our 30 inch by 30 inch piece here. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to anchor the vinyl wrap over here and here, and then it's just going to fall like this, and I'm going to remove the backing layer so the adhesive is exposed. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pressing in from the center, so that it gets anchored at the BMW or at the hub cap, and then I'm going to spread it out, and then we're going to use the heat gun also as we go along. You'll see. So let's get started. So now that the wrap is kind of anchored onto the wheel, I'm going to heat up the vinyl so that it releases tension and activates the glue, and then I'm going to start sticking it on to the parts of the wheel that I want to wrap. So I'm going to start at the center. Don't get too close to the vinyl wrap either, because that will just damage the wrap itself. Excess material from the corner so that it just a little neater, gives me more space to work. And then what we're going to do is we're going to seal in the edges right next to the wheel. So now I've just created an outlet like this for myself, and now I'm going to start removing it, cutting it from the edges, and then removing the excess. vinyl wrap. Took a lot of effort, but I think it was worth it. Let's do a comparison of the back and the front wheel. So this stock, and that's with vinyl wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.